is so cute! Oh my Buddha! Excuse me, there we go. How to clean the lens. I guess it's chicken that they actually are hanging up. It's amazing how back in China in those times, that's how much work they actually have to put up in order to actually live and survive and taking care of their youngins. Or, excuse me, not suffered. They're little ones.
Those cakes are not to be eaten.
So I had to share this because since I have Chinese roots,
I am poor, but I can at least be honest.
is he stealing a chicken?
My dear nephew, please add this fowl to the little colored cakes, which you haven't offered me. But they're a gift for the great house. Very bad for the stomach. Only
Baby's adorable. Oh.
if they're not too rich to accept them. Those people are not as rich as you think. They're feeling a pinch this year. I've heard that they're selling land.
I'm only like a half hour in this film.
Today from their agent at the gambling at the
The baby is definitely Asian, that's for sure. Because I heard in this film, though, I didn't look up the actors, that they're actually white, but they're playing as Chinese characters because... Or actors, excuse me. They're pretending to be Chinese because back then, when you're in another ethnicity, you won't get treated the same way. And is my phone... Oh, boy, I think my case is kind of getting loose here. The thing is, basically, back then... They're not really acceptable of other ethnicities because I should know more of my history. It's just that, you know, like how I could look that up though. It's really hard to explain it. Plus, I don't want to dig deep into history just because I faced racism myself in the past or racial discrimination and being racially profiled. I do not want to go back to that route again. What the? Oh, really? Oh, my Buddha. See, this piece of my case came off. Oh, shit, I gotta super glue it. Lucky for me, I have super glue. If I can put it back on. It's fine. It's fine. Hold on.
still have food. That's right, sure. And to be sure again next year, I'd even go to the great house and buy it. Do you think they'd kill me? Well, I'm not afraid. I go to the great house and say, tell them I have important business. Money is concerned.
So basically, I have to watch this movie so far because I know I'm gonna get a little bit off track. It's basically of this family that I'm guessing is poor, even though I'm guessing you want to consider poor because this is in the 1930s we're talking about, right? Of how I guess you could say. I want to say poor, like, if basically you see, like, people in rural China basically, like, working in the farmlands to this day, it would be considered as poor, but back then, basically that was common, you know, throughout all of China. You know, compared to here in the U.S. because we're more advanced, but basically, you know, like, how you work in farms is seen as poor, like, how you'll see that in the Asian culture. Oh, my God, I love this part. God, I mean, I haven't seen this yet. I'm so sorry. If I see something like maybe related to dragons, oh, doy. I'm not sure this is like Chinese New Year. It looks like it is. Okay, I think this is Chinese traditions. The children are so cute. They're like little Buddhas because they're chubby. I was a chubby baby myself, so I have the right to say that. I always want to go to see... I always want to go to, like, see those cute... I love dragons. I love dragons. I am not kidding. Literally, they're just... Oh, that's what I like about my Chinese roots. We have such a rich culture. I know a lot of people prefer like Japanese or maybe Korean, but no, I prefer Chinese. Thank you very much. But what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to like put those Asian countries down. No, trust me. I like watching anime or whatever. But this is basically kind of like how I kind of grew up in. At least I got myself adapt. Is that basically we actually have like a rich culture when it comes to being Buddhist, even though I think most of Chinese people are atheists, which is kind of funny to think about, aka religious. I don't know why though. Maybe back then they're Buddhist, but they're more irreligious, unless you may go to like Thailand, Cambodia, Burma, Vietnam as well. They're more Buddhist. But the thing is, back then, it was actually hard to actually, get by because of how you would like barely maybe go to like a day or two with like little food, and you actually had to rely on basically great weather, like like having rain or to actually grow your crops, and basically just having shelter, made up like blankets and basically twigs, etc. I could look more into this stuff, but just watching this movie so far, it just teaches me of how hardworking the Chinese were back then. I know a lot of people don't like China. Which makes sense, because the fucking president, pardon my language, because of what I saw in the past, there's this channel that talks about the COVID-19 issue that's still going on over there. It's depressing. Like, we're fine here, but in China, it's not. You talk about 300 million plus people are still going to lockdown or something. I just, I just don't understand how there's that many people. You gotta remember, okay, 1.4 billion. I know that seems small, but 200 million though, that's like almost like the whole country of the United States. That's a lot of people. And it just upsets me of how China is actually still going to do a lot. And this scene to me, it just teaches you how you just work hard to actually take care of your families. Basically a tree will grow from a seed. It's kind of like how for me when I'm trying to like learn a new language, or being able to actually have the courage to actually get out my house to walk. It's like baby steps, so to speak, right? I know that sounds silly, but it's like one thing makes a difference. I'm thinking about from Stan Lee for seeing that. But I decided to share this because it's a really interesting film, especially back then, because this came out in the late 30s. It's amazing that it came out that long ago, and this is based off, Chinese history. This is an American movie. That's good. No offense to my country, but like I want to see other cultures, so bringing out my roots for once. So I need to draw a Chinese flag because I have a Hong Kong flag and a Malaysia flag, if that counts. Not Malay, of course, but they do have a large Chinese population. I'll probably be making the Chinese one whenever I'm mentally prepared to do so, right next to like that large American flag that we have in the back. I got that for the 99-cent store during the 4th of July, because I don't know, I don't like this house looking white. It's not a good color for me, because it's like a bad luck color, based off my zodiac sign, and also I just don't like looking at white so much. It kind of gives me a headache, I think. Well, not a headache, but it makes the house look more empty. So, it's kind of like how you're calling something in, right? Like, if you're doing a drawing, like, you want to fill up all the colors, right? Because white is basically the most basic color. Black is the opposite, it's the most filling color. So, I just thought I could actually just share this because it's a really interesting movie, and I just want to, spread awareness. Oh, hold on.
I had only one field, now I have 5. I had only one child. Now I have 3.
3 children?
The son planted his first rice today. My youngest son is big enough to lead the ox.
Those are adorable.
My 3rd child is only a female. But I won't reproach you for that.
Okay, the reason why I want to bring this up, that's what I don't like about China. I gotta know.
Excuse me. We haven't forgotten you. We bought you fine new robes of red paper.
Hold on.
You won't forget me.
Okay, they're not praying to a Buddha statue, that's for sure. Because there are different, like, religions throughout Asia, not just Buddhism, though, even though that's one of the main ones, but Basically, I forgot that in China, it's not really seen as acceptable. Not, I mean, it's just hard to explain it. The thing is, basically, they want to have boys because they want to pass down. Fuck. You know, I'm gonna look that up very quick. I feel so ashamed. I gotta Google it. The reason why having a girl in China is seen as taboo is because they basically want to have someone to take care of their family, like having responsibility to pass down the genes, I suppose. And basically, you know, having boys is considered as like good fortune because, you know, they're strong workers, etc. And it's kind of like how my mother basically gave birth to all three of us because we're all boys, of course. It's kind of funny to think about that because my mother, she's saying, I'm glad that I don't have boys, or I'm blessed because if I was a girl, then I'm more likely to get hurt, pregnant, who knows, right? And I can see where my mom says that, and it's kind of like, you know, actually for anyone that might be Chinese, probably understand where I'm coming from because I don't have any sisters unless on my dad's side, which I do, that I never met. Because, you know, I haven't seen him for who knows how long. He's somewhere out here in Arizona, I suppose. But that's just something I just wanted to share because it was a really rough time back then. And basically, based off this film, is that, you know, they're basically poor. They live in the rural areas of China. And they're doing the best to actually grow crops and to survive. And is that a dead dog? What the? Okay, I don't want to see that. Trust me, I don't like to see dead dogs. It's graphic for me. I love dogs. Well, I do, literally. So other than that, it's a really interesting movie. I probably won't watch the whole thing because my stupid ADHD, plus I might get too emotional looking at some scenes, but it just shows you how extreme it was just to, like, get by minimal resources back then. You know, no technology or anything. Other than that, I just want to say some Mandarin. For the next video, I suppose.